Nightbreed for the Commodore Amiga, and for those not familiar with the plot of the game, it follows the film of the same name, which was not an almighty success at the box office. The people who seem to recall the film seem to be the people who know it from the games which were made. I also covered the Commodore 64 of the action version of this game, and, incidentally, this was originally supposed to be part of a trilogy, alongside the action game and an ultimately unreleased role-playing game. Those coming here from the action game video on the channel will know that you play the role of Boone, who suffers hallucinations and visits a psychiatrist, Decker, to help him. Little does he know, his shrink is a murderer under the guise of the Mask. The start of the game has a brief introduction between you and Decker, as he claims you are responsible for some gruesome murders. You steal a car and try to make your escape from the hospital. This scene is an overhead view where you click on various points of the map to move the car, and that's about it. You come to various roadblocks and have the option to smash it down or turn away, and you have to keep an eye on your fuel tank as well. The aim is to arrive at the cemetery gate at the top right of the map. Here you have various choices, but to follow the very linear route you have to enter the graveyard. The following scene is probably one of the most memorable of the game, where you have to outrun one of the breed by pressing your mouse button in conjunction with Boone's arm movements. This is, unfortunately, as exciting as the game gets. Closely following the film, Decker approaches you after you are successful in outrunning the Nightbreed, and then subsequently tells the police you have a gun, which you don't, but you are then hit by several gunshots. You now escape from the morgue having been previously bitten by the Nightbreed, but none of these screens are playable. You just follow the messages and screenshots which appear. Not very interactive after all, is it? The map screen appears again with you in a stolen car, and again you have to make your way to the cemetery gates. The scene just plays exactly the same as the first one. The annoying aspect being there are no second chances, no additional lives, etc. You run out of fuel, game over. Luckily, with the help of save states on emulators, this can now be avoided, and trust me, they come in very handy. Once you make it to the gates, you are then invited into the caverns of Midian, and the gameplay takes a turn for the worst, even though what come before wasn't great. What comes next is a poor man's dungeon master, an endless stroll through caverns, which all look the same, and the annoying pitter-patter of your feet. You come across a police officer now and again, or as they are known, the Sons of the Free, and what follows is a poorly designed fight sequence which makes the fight sequences in Ocean's Terminator 2 game look like Super Street Fighter 2. The animation is poor, and all you have to do is constantly tap on your mouse button to record a punch, and that's it. Seriously, that really is it. Some of the other sequences involve dodging a laser gun sight and jumping or ducking a flying fish. Well, it looks like one, with teeth. These two sequences are slightly more difficult than the fight one, and as mentioned before, are cursed by the one strike and you are out rule. So you walk through these caverns where nearly every room looks exactly the same, playing these lame-ass little sub-games as detailed before. The whole point, trying to find 5 of the Nightbreed and lead them to safety. Every now and then, the 3D view of the cavern cuts to a conventional 2D view, where you have 2 choices: fall down to the bottom or climb to the top. Again, the graphics on here are really poor, with the odd sample of "ugh" when you are hit by a falling rock. These scenes are just as repetitive as the previous ones, and in my honest opinion, the caves of Midian are unmappable due to the poor design. You find yourself walking in an aimless direction until you come to a fight scene, a flying fish, or a laser sight, and this is how the remainder of the game is. This laser sight sequence was funny though when I first saw it. I was waiting to make some choices, like a proper interactive movie. Alas, this really was all that remained of the game, walking round some caverns looking for something to happen. What makes the whole thing sad is that Ocean missed a great opportunity, as they went for the Cinemaware option, but came out with something that is not even worthy of being compared to a Cinemaware title. The game plays okay in the first part and does keep you slightly engrossed, wanting to find out what happens next, but as soon as you enter those caves, you're left quickly and deeply disappointed. Despite excellent presentation, Nightbreed suffers from being somewhat shallow in its gameplay. Although there is a lot to see, the challenge is rather lessened by the fact that all the puzzles can be solved using a trial and error system. All in all, Nightbreed falls just short of the mark and rates as, well, a disappointing piece of software, to be pretty blunt. What a shame. Thanks for watching, guys. Even though the game was disappointing, I'd massively appreciate if you could hit the like button, and also let me know if you played this game in the comments section. What did you think of it? Was it as bad as the video suggested, or did you think it was a great game? I'd be interested to know. Games are very subjective, so you never have to take my word for it. However, if you're enjoying the nostalgia for these Commodore games, then be sure to check out the playlist on the channel, covering a range of Commodore 64 and Amiga titles, which will hopefully bring back some good memories. If you would like to be notified of any recently added videos to the channel, then please consider subscribing. Be great to have you on board to join me on this epic journey, revisiting the games we played growing up. Thanks again, guys, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Until then, bye for now.